Hello, everyone. Our latest season preview is with the Northwood University men's and women's golf teams. I'm Travis McCurdy, joined now by Dave Turner. And Coach, you got to feel good about where you are. I think expectations are pretty high coming into the season.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, I've got my top three players, Austin Dieters, Cam LaPolt, who was with me for the first 3 years and took a year off and from an injury. He's back this year. And Jagger Richard, who was first team All-GLIAC last year, qualified for the Super Regionals as an individual. Those three are really three of the better players in the league. So if those three play like they're capable, we're going to have a chance to win a lot of tournaments. And then I've got, Brant Nelson had a good year last year as my number 3 player. He'll probably be number 4 this year. And then I've got a lot of guys to kind of vying out for that 5th spot. Nate Skotovic and James Staub both played in my lineup a lot last year. So, I'm really, really excited about this year.
Yeah, Dieters was a really key player for you guys last year, obviously, and Jagger Richard as well, like you mentioned. But now you're adding Cam back, who, again, like you mentioned, you really have 3 guys that could be your number 1 player. A lot of years it's hard to get a number 1 player, and you really are coming in this year with 3 guys that could be your number 1 player.
No, that's right. I mean, all 3. As a matter of fact, right now we're qualifying. Right now, Cam and Austin are dead tied after 3 rounds, and they're both a couple under par. And and Jagger's right there, right behind him. So, 3 guys that might be interchangeable every week, different number 1 person.
And looking to your women's team, maybe not quite a defined number 1, but you've got a lot of players back, and that's a team that made Super Regionals last year, and there's no reason to expect anything less this year.
No, right. I mean, I've got everybody back from last year's team, and that team made it to Super Regionals, and so I'm expecting big things again from them. I've got Sydney Harding is going to be, she's a junior, qualified for the national championship last year as a sophomore. Inez Dorado from Spain, she was freshman of the year last year, 2nd team All-GLIAC. And I've got 4 seniors that are going to be, Taylor Harding's been here for a lot of experience, expecting big things from her this year, and Allie Martis, both of them. Both have been playing pretty much every tournament since they've been a freshman, and now they're seniors. So we're looking for really big things from them. And then I've got, Amelia Erickson playing 5, and Tori Argyle and Tyler Koch. There's like three different players vying for that 5th spot. So.
It's interesting looking at your 2 teams because right now it's so clear defined that you've got 3 guys that you're number 1. And for the women, pretty much anybody in your top 5 could be your top finisher any given weekend. So it's your depth is better on the women's side and you're top heavy, a little more top heavy on the men's side. But bottom line is you got 2 pretty good teams coming into the year.
Yeah, we do. We got both teams. And I mean, I'd be really disappointed if both teams don't make the Super Regionals. The men, the competition level, how that's the men is there's so many good teams, and women is getting to be that way now too, actually. So, in our conference, Grand Valley for the women is kind of dominated, but they've lost a good senior last year, so they're not going to be as good as they were last year. I think that other teams have stepped up, and we're definitely going to be one of them. And I mean, we're hoping both teams, men and women. I mean, our goal is to win the GLIAC championship, and there's, I really think that if we play it to our capabilities, we'll be right there having a chance to win it.
Both teams open up this weekend, a couple different tournaments. It's early on, it's a marathon, not a sprint, but what are you hoping to see this upcoming weekend?
Well, with the women, I mean, we're playing at Indianapolis this tournament, and it's probably the strongest field we'll play all year. I mean, they have, in the past they've had 10 of the top 20 teams in the country playing there, and it's pretty much the same again this year. A lot of teams from the south and down by in Texas teams are coming up, and so. For us, I mean, I believe there's 17 teams playing. A top 10 finish would be great. So, that'd be our goal. Because, we've kind of struggled in that tournament in the past, but it's our first tournament. Of course, it's a good golf course. And but hopefully this year, I mean, I feel confident that we can go down there and try to get in the top 10. And my men, we're playing at the Meadows at Grand Valley's tournament. It's the first tournament they've had there in a while for the men. And, a lot of good teams again. But, I mean, hopefully we can go there and win it.
Well, Coach, real exciting. Going to be a great year for golf. Thanks for joining us, and good luck.
All right. Thank you very much.